Calvin Leroy King, the third. And as always, I have my lovely co-hosts with the most by my side, Miss Reese Peasy, the one and only.
Hey, y'all.
And as you can see, we turned up, we teed up, and we're in a cave, reporting live from the grave of none other than Osama bin Laden. Nah, just play it. Welcome to This and the Third, the lifestyle show that gives you life. Literally. And thank y'all for tuning in and turning up for another dope episode. Now, we're going to begin the show in the best fashion we know how by shouting out Third Thursday. Now, for those that are in the Chicagoland area, from 7 to 11 tonight at the Alpha Space, 2014 South Michigan Avenue, the beginning of all things fly. Shout out to the big homie Dave Jeff. We will be presenting Third Thursday for the month of August, and we have a special guest. And her name is Miss Vanessa Abram of Agency Abram, which is a PR firm that is like none other here in the city and ultimately worldwide. And we also have Joey
Music, right?
Yeah.
Joey Music and DJ
Mile High will be joining her as well. So y'all be sure to pull up and pop out. And that's tonight. What is it? Thursday, August 16th from 7 to 11 at 2014 South Michigan Avenue. All right?
I keep wanting to say April.
Yeah, it's flying by, man. It's flying by. It's 2020.
So bad.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone. But, man, enough with all that. We're going to get into some new news for all our new news. And what's topping off our news segment this week, Miss Reese?
So, you know, back in the day, Steven Seagal was a favorite of mine, right? Yeah.
He used to pop that.
So, really
elbow.
quick, my brother got his name. That's where my parents picked my brother's name because they love Steven Seagal, and his name was
Nico. In Above the Law. Come on, man. Above the Law. Officer Nico.
Yes.
The wife beater extraordinary cop, dog.
The little ponytail.
The little ponytail. The run with
Yes.
the jeans. Come on, man. Steven Seagal was, I feel, before Jean-Claude Van Damme, before Jackie Chan. He was after Bruce Lee, he was after Chuck Norris, but he had a nice little run there like in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, he did. He made his own lane.
Yeah.
So, Russia.
Mother Russia.
Has appointed him.
What? Whoa.
Look, to an unpaid position, but that's supposed to improve the ties between the U.S. and the Russian government.
I never knew that was a Russian ponytail.
I never knew he was Russian.
Is the nigga Russian, or does he just drink distilled vodka?
He's not, but he became a citizen back in 2016.
Okay. So he just moved over there, and they liked him so much that they said, man, we're going to Dennis Rodman you? He's the Dennis Rodman of North Korea?
He obviously got citizenship, but I don't know if he lives there or not. But when I saw that on the news, I was just like, why? This is so random. It's just so random.
Yeah, it's interesting that they would choose Steve.
Yeah. Or that he would even, like,
or he would accept.
be in the midst of that.
Like,
I don't get it.
You're not relevant. Again, I said for a point of reference, 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
Nobody's checking for Steven Seagal.
No,
since he snipped the ponytail, he's not been the same guy.
Well, and since he left his wife for the nanny.
Oh, didn't hear about that. I thought that was Morgan Freeman.
Well, it's a few of the guys.
It's a few of the guys. Yeah, the nannies be slugging, man. Y'all Desperate Housewives, watch out who you hire, man, because the nannies will steal your husband. Trust and believe. All right, so shout out Nico, and hopefully that will lead to some, changes in foreign policy? Like, what's the end game here? Like, what does success look like with this partnership?
It's an unpaid position. So, I mean, you go figure.
He hasn't been paid for movies in years, so it's pretty par for the course, I would imagine. What else is going on in news, Reese?
So, pedophilia and the Catholic Church go hand in hand.
Oh, synonyms.
Yeah.
Now behold the lamb.
Well, recently, Pennsylvania Supreme Court released a report on sexual abuse in the Catholic Church.
Hey, Pennsylvania.
Over 1,000 child victims. Over 300 priests.
Victims?
No, over 300 priests.
Predators.
That have hurt over 1,000 child victims. Well, obviously, these victims aren't kids anymore. But this is 70 years of sexual misconduct, of people covering up, of the heads and certain people knowing, and of this just kind of being swept under the rug, right?
Right.
Well, now they want to abolish the statute of limitations when it comes to child molestation and sexual misconduct.
Meaning that whenever it happened, you still can be...
So meaning so they say 16 years. After 16 years, it's over. Well, at 30, if she feels like now, or he feels like now he can come out, he can come out. And there won't be any limitations to that.
If we've learned anything from Cosby, there's no statute of limitation for such heinous crimes or alleged heinous crimes.
So, I mean, they are really digging down, but this just is funny. And so, to go off of the Catholic Church, did you hear about Willow Creek? The huge church out,
Okay,
it's a huge church out in Willow Creek. And
what about it?
their board members stepped down because the pastor admitted to, I don't know if he admitted, let me take that back, but there were some sexual allegations against him. Right. And so the whole board of the church stepped down.
Put that church finger up and excuse themselves right off the board.
Yeah.
I want no parts of this.
I mean, this is a huge mega church in one of those like suburban communities. But this is a thing. And so all this was just
apparently 70 years of things going into things.
And yet, right, we have people that are trying to make this a sexual orientation under the LGBTQ umbrella. Isn't that right?
That was that MAP shit we was talking about?
Yeah.
I finally figured out what it stood for.
Minor attracted persons.
I was going to say, man, like you can't even explain that
Why
shit.
You
so
feel
you just
like
got
this?
to go through those 3 sounds. Fuck out of here, man. It's 2020.
Yeah.
Anyway, man, I just was talking to a young lady about this movie called Doubt, because we was talking about Meryl Streep.
Seen it.
You seen it and loved it?
Yes.
That movie is gripping.
Yeah.
And it really speaks to the heart of this issue here about how it's like in the past and seemingly the present, these fathers have just been fondling balls, whatever else they're doing to these young men, and then just getting reassigned. They're not getting in trouble. It's like it only almost has its own government and authority system within the Catholicism.
What's the movie that came out?
Sleepers.
No.
Oh, have you seen Sleepers, though?
No.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay, so Doubt, and then Doubt coincides with, it's a movie that's recent. It came out the time, we talked about it. Remember I told you that it was a newspaper writing stories on the Catholic Church and like uncovered all these things?
Yeah, you did mention. I don't remember
I want
the
to
name,
say, it was in Boston.
Right.
But I can't remember the name of the movie. I'll find out, and I'll throw up the cover.
On the real.
But that movie in Doubt, the second movie just went into more details about how they get
with the reassignment process. Because they like the system is set up for you to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And this is the thing though. Why can't Catholic fathers, priests marry? Like, wouldn't that end a lot of it if they could just fuck women? Or marry
You would think,
women?
but then it makes me wonder, y'all just have this issue all y'all life.
Yeah.
And then you go to the Catholic Church because you know that's where you can fix your fix, maybe?
But also, to Robert Kelly's point in his 20-minute dissertation, when it happens to you at a young age and then you come up through that ranks, it's kind of more like a cycle at that point. Like, do you think that the fathers that are engaging in this behavior were sunned at one point? Touched and then touch her. The touch-e becomes the touch her.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
Possibly. But, well, so if you like little boys, are you gay? Like, do you like men? Or do you just like little boys?
Apparently you're MAP at this point. Maybe the Catholic Church is behind this push here.
So you're just attracted to minors. That can't be a thing.
It's apparently a thing. See, it's apparently a thing for 300 people, at least, in America. I don't know what population that represents.
Yeah,
it's a thing.
This has been going on. There's really nothing else to say. Like, we just need to fix it.
Got to give you the heebie-jeebies.
We need to fix it.
Nigga want to wash his hands after talking about it.
You know, y'all want to make America great again. All those white, racist extremists, like, well, you know what? They probably part of it too. Okay, never
deeper
mind.
than rap.
Yeah.
So my point about the movie Sleepers. So this movie Sleepers was about young men who kind of came up through. I don't think they might have been altar boys, but they were definitely in some type of, we go to away camp or we're in the care of, you know, these people.
Okay.
And I want to say it was more of maybe a juvenile detention center. So I'm taking the religion out of it, but just when you are in the seemingly unbridled presence of white male authority, and they just had these white boys and they gotta have a black boy.
Yeah.
And they were just like, man, y'all inmates, y'all this, y'all that. Suck a nigga dick or something. Let me rape you. Let me touch you. Blah, blah, blah.
Is this a new movie?
No, this was like Kevin Bacon.
Oh,
This
okay.
was
It sounds familiar.
early 90s,
Yeah,
G.
yeah.
And these niggas grew up saw one of them dudes in the bar, hunted and killed this nigga, found the rest of the guard. Like, it was an issue, dog. These niggas grew up and teed up and kind of got vengeance for everything that was going on. So I'm not recommending that or nothing like that, but that trauma is not just gonna go untamed. Away. They're gonna have to release that shit somehow.
And because they didn't, they never talked about it. They probably never told nobody.
Kept their lives like that ain't never happened, buried it deep down inside, but that circle of friends knew. And then when they saw a dude in the bar, they was like, man, all those old feelings came back and they killed dude. And then went on a killing spree getting the rest of the guys that did that to him. So
I can't imagine.
I can't imagine either.
They talked about these the kids, where they're taking the immigrant kids, molestation going on already.
Yeah, when the authority figures are separated from their children, whether that's in the church, whether that's in prison, whether that's
and it seems to be a white male thing.
It's a domination thing. Like I think that like you kind of hear about that with slavery and stuff like that, how they like kind of sodomize and rape the strongest.
But again, who was
the slave master? Who was the overseer?
Who was the overseer?
The
man.
Yeah, the man. The man trying to run up in all the men and the boys now. It's just like,
stop it. It's too much. Okay.
But it is what it is, man. We're going to wipe our hands of that situation.
Watch your kids.
And ask what else is going on in the news this week.
Okay, so now I got this from Vice News, this next story.
Okay. So they still doing numbers without
so Vice News comes on HBO.
Okay. They got a partnership.
I don't know how that works.
Yeah, they got a partnership.
I was surprised because Greece is a place that I've always wanted to go. In my mind, I think it's beautiful, it's pretty, the water, and I'm sure certain places are. Yeah. Athens is not.
Whoa! The Athens that we were forced to read about during Greek mythology is not the shit?
Not anymore.
What Athena got to say about this?
So, it's called Sisa. Mm-hmm. It's the cocaine for poor. It's a drug. The main ingredient is methamphetamine. Okay. And so it's Greece's meth.
Yeah.
And basically, the economic collapse hit different programs that they did have for just drug abuse, drug users, that kind of thing. Well, because they apparently, I didn't know this, are doing horribly, cut all of their programs. So these people are just, it looks like
Slumdog Millionaire.
Yeah. It's
Bollywood.
not bad. You would have never
impoverished ass
put Greece like that. And so they followed a couple users. And this one particular guy they followed, he said he didn't do it every day. And he was like, if I did it every day, I'd be dead. And they're aware that this drug is just no good. But they need a hit. And so when he was talking to him, asking him questions, and the guy was, kind of going back and forth with him. But you saw that split second, he was like, hold on. Let me enjoy my high. Like, he had to stop him from asking him questions. And you just saw his mood change. Yeah. Like, it went from, to...
Clock has arisen.
Yeah, and so...
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah.
That dope nod.
Regular users die quickly, are in a zombie-like state.
Who the dunking?
And typically use heroin.
Yeah. Now, heroin is the curse that keeps going cursing, goddamn.
Well, that's what this is, because they and a couple of the users say they use it, you get that high for a split second, and then it's gone. But you have to use it to maintain, like, all the stuff that's going on with your body and the symptoms.
So I can imagine this is not just Night of the Walking Dead and mugs just walking around in peace, just looking for their fix. Like, what impact is it having on the Athenian society?
Well, the community, at first, they were pretty supportive, and they have always been supportive.
Supportive of the junkies?
So they, with their
Take
programs.
My TV. Here.
And,
supporting the rehab of the junkies.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo.
But since that's gone,
now they're nervous.
It's like, it's not nervous right now. It's kind of like the government, they want the government to come in and say, y'all need to fix this.
Sweep that shit up, guys.
Yeah,
y'all cut the programming, so now.
Right, so now what are they supposed to do? Because now they're just kind of everywhere. And they're going into other, cities, countries? Other cities. And when they went into this other city, which is neighboring Athens, you had the village saying, We're not having that.
Light your torches.
We're not having that.
We're not gonna
Y'all need to stay over there.
Yeah, mobile junkies around
the
here.
Men of the community, not the police. They ain't doing, they are stepping up saying that this is the issue. Because, they coming over there raping and stealing and that kind of thing.
I mean, it's nothing new to us here in the States. I feel like we know what comes along with cutting funding for various programs that help those that need the help. And I think that the people that make the decisions, unfortunately, of whether the funding will continue, increase, decrease, or stop altogether, they don't relate directly with those individuals. But if they had that cluck in their family, a lot of times they do the rich nigga drugs. So they're not really seeing
in the area where all the stuff was
seeing the direct impact. You know what I'm saying? So maybe gentrification could be a good thing, because I was literally looking at a 4-unit building the other day, and I saw it online. I'm like, oh, okay, but they make the pictures look good.
Right.
So I pull up, I go to park, I get out, I'm taking a picture, and a cluck walked straight through my picture, waved, and continued on his journey. I said I will not be purchasing in this community.
What did you call him?
A cluck. A cluck walked into my picture, said, welcome to the neighborhood, and continued with his fast-paced walk. I said, nigga, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? But I think that, how people are trying to come into the neighborhood and grab the cribs and go out to bam, maybe a silver lining in all of that, which is going to happen anyway.
That would help.
See what's really happening and be like, man, we need to get these people some help. Probably we need to get them some help to get them up out of here, but help nonetheless. So maybe.
Yeah, we'll take it.
I don't know. But to anybody that is dealing with drug and or substance abuse, we praying for you. We're not making light of the situation.
No.
We're bringing awareness to it. But y'all gotta want help before anybody can help y'all.
Yeah.
That's why we kind of don't really go too far into the solutions, because it's like you're the solution.
Well, and with this particular case, a lot of them are doing it because things just got bad for them.
Yeah, like
lost
economically,
I could
assume, right? The economics, and then
not everybody is strong enough to continue mentally. So
yeah. Okay. Well, that's why we seek first to understand and then be understood here on This and the Third. But that about wraps us up for news on this week's episode.